Hallo miteinander, I'm Geshady6, and this is Yamame Swing. Games like this one are called, I think, cannonball or tossing games. They're pretty widespread on the web, but this one in particular is, well, I'm just gonna give it about 15 seconds to speak for itself. Bam! And that is pretty much the gist of it. Your objective in this game is to fling Yamame as far as you can to the right. You do this by swinging her around with the left and right arrow keys, releasing her with the Z key, and then adjusting your position and spin during your flight, once again with the arrow keys. Depending on how well you do this, you will fly very far or not so far. It all depends. But the first thing you may be saying is, why is this stupid chick with a big butt throwing herself into outer space just to crash land really hard into the earth again? Well, aren't you a very rude person? That stupid chick is called Yamame Kurodani, and she does not have a big butt, mind you. That is her abdomen. Yamame is a character from the Toho series. She's from the game Toho 11, Subterranean Animism, and she's a spider demon. She's also a stage 1 boss. And in fandom, these are always depicted as very childish and also not very bright, to say it carefully. So it's just natural that she'll do something like this to pass the days and have a jolly good time. I mean, look at her, how much she's enjoying this. I mean, brain damage is so overrated anyway, and she's a strong little girl. She can take that much. Wow, this was a good score. 215 meters. I think my highest was on another computer, 220 about. That's pretty much the best I can do. Oh, what happened there? Well, you shouldn't overdo it with your swinging. If you get the web, yes, that is a web coming out of her abdomen. If you get it above the branch, it will break. And you will score 0 meters and get Yamame dizzy. You don't want that. You really don't. Now there's two other factors that really affect your flight. One would be the spot where you let go. If you know physics, momentum, and all that other witchery, you will know that letting her go somewhere on the lower right will lead to the best effect. And apart from that, how far you will fly and how fast you will swing also depends on the length of your web. Now sometimes you'll see me planting Yamame's face right into the soil. That is because I didn't press Z early enough. However, you don't want to press Z too early before you start swinging, because then your rope, your web I should say, will not be very long and you won't get a good speed. So be prepared for numerous failed attempts until you find that sweet spot. Believe it or not, as much fun as it is to have Yamame plummet to the ground painfully, maybe it's only fun for me because I'm very sadistic, but as fun as that is, you can actually have her land on her feet. What you have to do for that is adjust her spin so that she is in a stable position, and also adjust her pose so that she is so that the underside of her feet will touch the ground before anything else does. It is that position you need to take where she spreads her legs. Well, that sounded a little bit wrong, but no matter, that is what you have to do. I don't know why you would want to do that, seeing as how much fun it is to have her crash, but if you want to, here's an attempt where I actually do it, and I get a wink for it. Wink! However, this game may not be absurd enough for you yet. If you're looking for even more craziness, there is an alternative playing mode. In this mode there's just a minor difference for a huge effect. As you can see, my web doesn't break in this one. That leads to that I can fly much further than before, by hundreds and hundreds of meters. Now of course it isn't all that simple. This mode has a separate scoreboard, and the high scores are somewhere in the millions, I think. That is because you can gain ridiculous speed like that. I mean, look at Yamame, you can barely perceive her anymore. This adds a little bit more difficulty actually, because it is very hard to hit that spot where she flies very far. Most of the time you will only fly high up. You may even fly into the wrong direction, to the left. Or you may just plant her right into the ground. It is, however, easier to make her land on the feet, just because you have a longer time in the air. Oh, by the way, if you fly really high in this mode, you may spot a little space invader. Now, my highest score in this mode is, I think, about 2000. That is not very much, I have to admit. As I've said, you can get into the millions somehow. I don't know how. Maybe you have to take night shifts with someone, you know. Let him swing while you take an 8-hour sleep or something. Hope you don't mess it up after all that time. But yeah, that may be how you may get into the millions. Certainly nothing for me. But this game is very much fun nonetheless. A simple little no-brainer, you could say. Give it a try if you want. Always makes me chuckle. That's pretty much all I can show you. I'm Gesh86, this was Yamame Swing. Bis bald!